Hello, welcome to Romero Threads on YouTube, where it's all about embroidery. In today's video, I'm going to digitize the Indiana Fever logo. And this logo here is perfect for a practice educational type logo. Let's check out the size that I'm working with. So height 2.75, pretty good. I like to be between 2.5, 3. The good thing about having it and digitizing your own stuff is you could kind of reshape stuff and resize things around. I'm going to lock my design so it can't move. Before we get into the details of digitizing, let's kind of take a step back and let's analyze this logo. We want to know what's going to stitch first, second, third. Usually that's kind of determined by the colors. We want to group the colors and we want to know what's on top of what. Now, there's never a right or wrong answer, but you do want to use judgment. We're going to say that the red is on top of the white. And of course, the blue down here is definitely under the white and the red. So let me go ahead, let me dim it and then put the grids. So we got here and we can start digitizing. There is a thousand different ways we can start with this file. Really, when I'm digitizing, I want to be efficient. I want, of course, thread count to be as minimum as possible, trims to be as minimum as possible, and just everything to kind of lay out nice and flat so it is embroidery machine friendly. So I'm going to start, bam, right here. And these are all circular. So I could go here where it's 0, 0 or 0. I have it as a run stitch now. We could change it right here, bam. And what I'm going to do, going to make another quick object. All right, and just kind of do a quick trace here. We have one object on top of the other. So we have the blue on the bottom, the black on top. So we select both. And what we're going to do, the overlap, this is the important part. So we want to put it 2 millimeters. There's different types of overlaps that we can do. So from right here, we could just flatten it. And if we dissect this, you could see how it cut this part up into 3 pieces. So I have my bottom. I have this little portion here, and then I have this top part. Okay, and I could delete this black now, delete that. But before I delete it, really, let's look at this picture right here. The power of this tool right here. Let me show you the power of this. The blue is below the black, but if we measure this, it should give us about 2 millimeters, all right, of overlap. That right there is super powerful stuff right there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete that black portion. We just used it just to get that fill portion in there. Actually, let me just add it right now. We're going to put tatami 90 degrees, bam. I want to start from the bottom to the next one, to the next one. Cool thing about Wilcom, you can see it's telling me where my trims are. So these triangles, of course, we want to get rid of them. Let's put a manual cut. We want to start, bam. Let's do the white portion now. And of course, I like to use column B. That's my favorite. And you kind of see where these sand stitches, they're not going to be perfectly aligned like a perfect circle. We're going to have to make some adjustments right here. Just trying to find anything out of the ordinary, but everything looks pretty ordinary here. We're going to have to break it up into pieces. Let's see. Like anytime you have kind of these corners, I want these corners to kind of blend in pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and just stitch this out. I'm really not going to talk throughout this video. I'm just going to show you how I go about digitizing. And one thing I want you to focus on is just my style of digitizing, which is tracing. I angle it, and then at the very end, I'll set up the sequence and the settings. And make sure you stay to the very end where I stitch it out. And of course, that's where we really see if all of our digitizing is all good to go. So check it out at the very end. And if you have any questions, comments, leave it down on the bottom. All right, enjoy the video. This red part should be really straightforward.